Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have this Nokia Lumia 730 with me, which is a very popular successor to the Lumia 720, which was a very popular mid-range Windows phone by Nokia. And this is selling in India for around 15,000 rupees. I'll have the link for Flipkart in the show notes. And this is not an authentic unboxing because I already have taken out this device and set it up so that we do not waste the time. But this is the box. It does not give you a lot of information over here. But this is a mid-range device sporting some mid-range decent specs, I would say. And this is the box. When you open it, it says that it has a micro SIM, and as this is a dual SIM version, we have two slots. There is an international version that has just a single SIM also. We have a quick guide which gives you a basic idea about the device, how to put your SIM card, etc. The battery is also user replaceable. The back panel actually comes out. I'll show you that. And we have the power brick, and this is the headset that we get. Again, it's not an in-ear headset, and we have here this. And this is again Nokia branded and it has a microphone so you can take the calls. So I'll keep this thing to the side and let's look at the interesting thing. That's this device itself. And initial impressions, I would say the build quality actually looks very good. The in-hand feel is really nice. And I've got this in this orange, bright orange color. But again, this panel can be opened. Let me try to open it up. And it's a little bit tricky to open it. And as you can see, it reveals the battery, and the battery is a 2200 milliamp hour battery. And we have the two SIM slots, SIM 1, SIM 2, and you can also add a micro SD card. I would suggest that you add a micro SD card because with Windows Phone 8.1 that comes pre-installed on this device, you can move most of the apps directly to the SD card. And the highlighting factor of this device is the camera, and it's a Carl Zeiss. Again, in the megapixel count, it is not that much. It's a 6.7 megapixel shooter with LED flash, but I've heard good things about the camera. And underneath here, we have the opening for the speaker and the Nokia branding. Again, the build quality looks really good. Moving towards the front-facing camera, now it's a 5 megapixel shooter and it can record video in full HD, that's 1080p. As I told you, I've already set up this device, so let me just unlock it. And it has a beautiful 720p HD screen, which is actually AMOLED screen. And the screen quality is really good. And it also has that clear black coating. So I'm hopeful that also in outdoor lighting conditions, that is in direct sunlight, it should be better. I'll check that in my full review. And again, it runs the latest version of Windows Phone, that is 8.1. And let me actually show you that. And if we go to about, as you can see, it's running the Windows Phone 8.1 update. And let's also look at the storage now. And we have the storage sense. And out of that 8 gigs, the available space that you have is 3.2 gigs. But as I told you, you can easily add a micro SD card. And then you can just set it to SD card. Then most of the apps will directly get installed to the SD card. I'll add the SD card later on when I do my full testing with this device. But it does work pretty well with Windows Phone 8.1. And one thing you'll notice is that now these navigation button, that is the Windows button back, and this that is for the search, is part of the screen. They are not physical like the earlier Lumia 720. Also, as I told you, the build quality is really good. Let me give you a physical overview. On the top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. This is the volume rocker. This is for the power button. Sadly, we don't have a dedicated button for the camera shutter. Underneath here, we have the micro USB slot that will be used for charging this device. This end, nothing. And as I told you earlier, 6.7 megapixel rear-facing camera with LED flash, and also it has a secondary microphone. In terms of build quality and in-hand feel, it feels really good. But now let me just compare it with some other devices around the 5-inch mark. This is the Lumia 535, which sports a 5-inch screen. And again, as you can see, definitely this Lumia 730 feels a lot better in terms of build quality, and also the screen quality looks a lot better. But in terms of height, both are actually very similar. Let me actually bring, this is the Galaxy Alpha, which also sports a 4.7-inch screen. So as you can see, yes, it's not the most compact 4.7-inch screen that I have seen, but in terms of holding it, it gives a good feel. But the edges are a little bit sharp to my liking. So if you press hard, it can dig in here. But in terms of build quality and in hand feel, still I feel Nokia did a very good job with this device. Also, as it comes with Windows 8.1, we get all the enhancements. We have the notification tray, and thus also you can customize. For example, by default, we have the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, camera, and this is for the automatic brightness. Let me just dismiss that. And all your notifications will come over here, so it's a lot more easy. And also, let's fire up the web browser. That's the Internet Explorer that comes pre-installed with this device. And it's going to the Microsoft website. Let's try another website. Let's try rediff.com. Yeah, and it's going to the mobile version. Again, as you can see, it loaded it very quickly. Let's force it to the desktop variant. Let's go to the settings. Instead of mobile, let's set it to desktop. And again, we have to go to rediff. And as you can see, it loaded the desktop variant. Again, it is also very quick. Pinch to zoom feels very responsive on this device. As you can see, let's open up one of the stories, for example. Just let's open up the story. Again, it's loading it very quickly. And the text is also pretty sharp on this AMOLED screen. It's a very good quality screen. Again, I have to test how well it'll perform in direct sunlight. I'll do that in my full review. Let's try one more site. Let's try this techmeme.com. And again, it's going to the desktop variant. Again, the pinch to zoom, etc. is very good. Regarding the processor, it has the Snapdragon 400, which is a quad-core processor clocked at 1.2 GHz. It's the same one found on the Moto G, Moto G2 with the Adreno 305 GPU, and it has 1 GB of RAM. So it's handling this device pretty well. I do not notice any lagginess or anything like that. So it's performing pretty well in my opinion. And also the in-hand feel of this device is pretty good. So Nokia did a pretty good job there in my opinion. Also, let's look at the camera. The camera is supposed to be really good on this device. So let's just quickly take some snaps, and we'll use the Lumia camera for that. Let me bring some objects. I'll just maybe later. Okay, and we have that you can just tap into an area like this for focusing, and it takes the snap. Let me take this one, and this is difficult lighting conditions. Let's take and let's look at the pictures. The front facing camera can also record video in full HD, that's 1080p. There is a little bit of blurring, but again, this came out really sharp, as you can see. So I'll test the camera a lot more. In fact, I'll make a dedicated video regarding the camera performance of this device. And also we can switch to the front facing camera for the selfies. So that's it for now for this very quick look at the Nokia Lumia 730. If you have any specific questions around this device, do post them in the YouTube comments and I'll try to include them in my full in-depth review. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.